Okay, people, before you start watching this, I just want you to know that this is recorded and I am now 30 years old as of the making of this video. And my approach on my 30th birthday is pretty simple actually. I've gathered some questions that I think you people just want to know about me and my opinions and thoughts and why and just getting to know each other with this channel that I've brought up, specifically upper Omnia questions, questions about basketball, questions about wrestling, and I've created some personal questions that can hopefully be inspiring to each and every one of us. I mean, I can show my opinion here. It's my birthday technically, so yeah. So let's get onto it. I have prepared 7 upper Omnia questions that I like to answer. So let's get on to it. First of all, if you like this approach, leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, let's get into our questions. So, number 1, who is my least favorite DFFOO character? Well, I've already stated this in my Twitter account at Warrior Slep because someone apparently took the name Warrior Sleep, which is my in-game name in Opera Omnia, and if it just stops lagging in my game, I'm gonna show you who is my least favorite character. So I'm using Samsung Dex here, guys. So if you don't know, Samsung Dex is like a screen mirroring technology by Samsung phones, and it allows me to play Opera Omnia on the PC without an emulator. So free shout out to Samsung. So who is my least favorite Opera Omnia character? It's none other than this girl, Alice. So why Alice? First of all, I have nothing against Alice fans. They have the right to like the person, but for me, Alice is too much of a learning curve on my playstyle. I have to look up a flowchart in order to get how Alice works. And if you've seen my videos, my runs, I mostly run pick up and play characters. That's why I run Squall often. That's why I like Rude often. And that's why I'm going to like Core in my runs that often. Alice, for me, she's too much to learn. I already have trouble learning Noctis and his 0-turn moves. So why bother with Alice and her mana? I think it's mana, I don't know, mana generation, mana management system. Yeah, I hope her LD fixes it. Like, if she does her LD, she gets her stack, so she can go to Enchanted Redoublement. But, yeah, Alice, she's my least favorite DFFOO character. Okay, next, will you sell said character's kit if you eventually pull it? So if you look at this, I actually have her EX. And no, I'm not gonna sell her kit. Actually, if I have the opportunity, I can max it Alice right now. Because as much as I don't like Alice, she's a character that the devs put effort in. And it's a spit in the face on the devs' hard work if I get her kit and sell it. I'm not like the rest who sells the kit of a character just because they have no placement on the roster or they are benched for some reason. No, I'm not like that. If I happen to get a character's kit for free, I will consider maxing it. For example, if Alice I got her LD for free in the future, I will consider maxing out Alice. But to be honest, she's a low priority for me. Okay. Who is my favorite Final Fantasy character of all time? So that's the next question. My favorite Final Fantasy character of all time is from Final Fantasy VIII. And it's this man. Irvine. Irvine Kinneas is my favorite character of all time. Just because out of all the people that got character development in FF8, I think Irvine has the best one. Squall, in a sense, he was already strong in the beginning and stronger in the end. While Irvine developed from a womanizer to a coward assassin to the man that pulls the group together when they got their memories back. And I'm proud of Irvine for that. Irvine also helped me beat Omega Weapon for the first time in Final Fantasy VIII. Omega Weapon is the hardest boss in Final Fantasy VIII. So I'm happy that Irvine is in DFFOO. I always wish he was the LD first. I want Hypershot to be his LD first. But yeah. What else can I say about him? He's cool. I like people with the 10-gallon hats. I like gunners. So if I have enough cores in Japan and Irvine gets his weapon, his LD, I can slap in an ultimate weapon gun on him. Next question. Why did I choose Squall for a character saga? Well, let's see. Back in the day, Squall was very hated. Back in the day, when when his time was up. You see, there was a time in Upper Omnia where Squall was at his peak. He was the top-notch DPS until the launch meta came. He was a DPS when his EX came out, and he himself tore through most of the content. And then he fell up. And then there was a sudden burst, and then he was EX plus, he was good there, then he fell up, because in between there was Lightning EX, there was Bart's early rework, hell, even Tancred was favored over him for some reason. And there was a comment that I kinda took offense, that Squall's EX plus wasn't good or something. And there was a former content creator that said Squall was never number 1 in the first place. So I kinda took it personally, because Squall belongs to the franchise where Irvine belongs, Final Fantasy VIII, and kinda decided to play with Squall in Upper Omnia. Don't get me wrong, he was popular. He was the leading vote getter when the Idojas were introduced, and we were given, I don't know, 10 Squall Idojas, 20. That was back in the day when Idojas first introduced. We were given 20 free Idojas, and then there were people in Reddit complaining, why would we vote for Squall Leonhardt when he is past his prime in the time when Idojas came out? So all those hate that he got, said he was still trash when he got his burst. So I took it all in. I used him saying this character is not trash. He is usable. And then there was a counter argument. I think it was with King Mel. I said to him, Squall's not trash because I use him in Carolina. Well, he said, Agrias isn't. I also use Agrias in current Lavinia. That doesn't mean she is not trash. Well, to be honest, Agrias isn't the one carrying your team, King Mel. Agrias was the one being carried. At least I put Squall with two supports, and he is the one carrying the team. When I do it his way. So yeah, comparing Squall in before pre-rework and Agrias in Lupania new usage is invalid, as Squall can carry even though in your eyes he was trash. Watch some of my videos, King Mel, and you'll see. Okay, number 5. Who do you want to be as the who do you want to be as the next GL first character in the anniversary? So, GL first. We're back into introducing new characters again. So, 4th year anniversary. We are going in on Final Fantasy Spirits Within Aki Ross. Wait, Aki Ross from Final Fantasy Spirits Within? Why? Aki Ross from Final Fantasy Spirits Within is the one that I want because I think Omnia will have a good opportunity to salvage the storyline of Spirits Within. They've managed to salvage the Crystal Chronicles, Crystal Bearers game. They've managed to salvage most of Type 0. So I think the writers of Omnia can make a decent story out of Spirits Within. They can make Aki Ross look like an actual Final Fantasy character if she is made into the game. So yeah, Aki Ross 2022, I want her to be as the next GL first character. Next question, who do I think is the best DFFOO Global Player? There are a lot of global players that I've known who are great, but I believe that the best DFFOO player is none other than Vayne Novus. I think he is the Michael Jordan of this age of Final Fantasy Upper Omnia. Now people will be saying, how about Jin Lee, Theologica, or Clay? Yeah, for me, Vayne Novus is rank higher because the playstyle of those three are similar to Vayne Novus. Vayne Novus is like the MJ to Clay being LeBron James, Theologica being like Kevin Durant, and Jin Lee being like Kobe. That's how I see it. And number 7, who do I want to pull battle with? Respoina, because she's an easy win. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's it for my Opera Omnia questions. Let's go on towards some questions that we will answer. Next on queue is the National Basketball Association. So, is Devin Booker, the first question is Devin Booker the next Kobe Bryant? I believe so, that Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant. I'm just gonna open this image of Devin Booker for OBS to capture. I believe Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant. Now, critics may say, oh, Devin Booker bricks shots. Devin Booker had some bad games. Well, you all remember, Devin Booker's first playoff appearance had himself going straight into the finals. There's apologize, Stephen A. Smith, because you compared Devin Booker to one of the great players of all time, Kobe Bryant. Stephen A. Smith has a point. Devin Booker's play style is similar to Kobe Bryant. Also, Kobe bricks shots, okay? Let's not pretend Kobe doesn't take bad shots. Yeah. I mean, in the end of his career, the late Kobe Bryant has the worst efficiency in the league. And early into his career, he did like 5 air balls in a playoff game. So I think Devin Booker is the next Kobe Bryant is a fair comparison. Next, Ideal Ben Simmons trading spots. Let's just get Ben Simmons. Let's just get a picture of Ben Simmons. Ideal Ben Simmons trading spot for me. I don't want him to be in the Warriors because I think the Warriors as a shooting team, that is so small. Okay, let's reiterate it. Warriors is a 3-point shooting team, and Ben Simmons is notorious for having a bad 3-point shot, or having a bad shot in particular. So I rather want him to be traded to either Toronto or Portland. Portland getting that extra defense from Ben Simmons because Dame is the one going to be ball dominant anyway, and not Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons can play the power forward position. That would be fine because Dame will have the ball in his hands most of the time. Next, ideal NBA Finals. Suns Bucks because Phoenix Suns is my favorite team, and Suns Bucks. Okay, again, ideal NBA Finals. Suns Nets. Why? Because the Phoenix Suns is my favorite team. I rooted them in the finals, and the Nets is coached by Steve Nash, who is a Phoenix Suns veteran. Is Khris Middleton really Batman? No. MJ or LeBron? This debate can go on and on, but based on Space Jam 2, the winner is undoubtedly the greatest of all time is Michael Jordan. Say what you want to say about LeBron James, but Michael Jordan for me is the greatest basketball player of all time. Nothing can dispute that fact. Only bronzexuals will believe Michael Jordan is not better than LeBron. Wrestling questions. Greatest wrestler alive to date? Triple H. Triple H is my favorite wrestler, so I'm biased. He is the greatest wrestler alive. Semi-retired or not, I am always a Triple H stan. Eddie Guerrero is a B+ player. That's a cap, a fat cap. Eddie Guerrero is an A+ player. Eddie Guerrero would be my greatest wrestler alive to date if he was still living, and Triple H will be a close second. Thoughts on AEW? I think AEW is fine. But I don't think they can beat WWE in the ratings. They have an opportunity to move in Monday nights during the NBA playoffs, and they blew it. And Tony Khan said he don't want to face WWE in a straight up ratings war. So yeah, they're doing fine, but they're not there yet. But in the number 4 question, thoughts on CM Punk and Daniel Bryan signing to AEW. I think this will be a huge pickup if they manage to be an A+ of a talent that they were in their prime. I think AEW can move to Monday nights and beat Monday Night Raw in a new ratings war. Which wrestler do you hate currently? Let's get to the fun. Charlotte Flair. I hate her. I hate her push. She sucks. She looks like an abomination of what do you call in Tagalog? Retoke. Yeah. Charlotte Flair. She is over pushed. She is overrated. Woo! Okay, let's go to the last set of questions, personal questions. Ideal woman to date? Is she here? Can I Google an image? Well, yeah, I'm just looking on the picture of my high school crush. Yeah, she's not. She's not in Google. Let's just. Let's head on over to Twitter. I posted a picture because she turned 30 yesterday. I turned 30 today. For me, she is the ideal woman. Yeah, Twitter, happy birthday. Let's just wait for it to load. This one. So, you want a piece of me, you have to look like this girl. This is the ideal girl. No question asked. I think I'm gonna leave this picture. I'm gonna leave this picture here for most of the remaining part of the video. Next, favorite Japanese food. Top 5. Okonomiyaki. Omurice. The sushi that has a spam on the top. Spam sushi, yeah. Sukiyaki beef and ramen. Filipino food, top 5. Sinigang is my favorite Filipino food. Followed by crispy pata. Followed by sisig. Followed by papaitan. And number 5 is bulalo. So no adobo. Adobo is too mainstream. Yeah. Why Iglesia ni Cristo? Iglesia ni Cristo is the real religion. So, being a member of the Iglesia ni Cristo, I firmly believe this is the real religion that can lead us to salvation. One of our prime doctrines in the INC is to never eat blood. And, okay, which religion have you found other than us that teaches its members not to eat blood? Eating blood is a sin according to the Bible. So the Catholic Church and the Protestant Church never prohibits eating blood. Therefore, they are consisting. They insist on doing the sin. We expel members who eat blood. We don't tolerate those who eat blood. We discipline because that's what it says in the Bible. And since the Bible is transcribed by Catholics and Protestants out of the original scriptures in Israel, they should have known better about that teaching. INC is the real church that was founded by Christ Jesus in the 1st century. Then what about the Catholic Church? The Catholic Church is what happens when the Sith Lords overtake the Jedi Council in the Star Wars as those who apostatize or those who want pagan traditions to be inserted into the Church of Christ in the 1st century or the Iglesia ni Cristo sa unang siglo. That's what happens to the Catholic Church. Research that. We have made tons of research on our religion. The prophecy checks out. The doctrines checks out. The discipline of the members checks out. I don't know about you, but if I were you, you should be a member of this church. So, number 5. Do I have second thoughts on practicing engineering. Yes, I do have second thoughts. If I want to revert time, I will not take up engineering. I would take up a communications course instead to hone my communication skills, because fucking engineering having a huge lump sum of salary is a fucking lie. I studied college for 5 years and I expected a huge sum of money when I go into my job, but no. I rather just drop on college and start up YouTube, and maybe I'll be big as Pokemon. Maybe the college funds that my parents saved, I could have asked them for a laptop, a stream setup, and I could have made more money than what I am doing now as an engineering graduate. That's my take. So thank you for watching this video. Those are some of my questions. If you want some more questions, to be answered, feel free to comment. I will answer them at the comment section. I've been rambling for about 26 minutes now. So yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye, true believers.